Hello, very good morning. Welcome to JS Testing Academy. Welcome to the next part of video in the Playwright for JavaScript series. Okay, so in this video, we are going to see the tracing viewer right in Playwright with Java. Tracing viewer is nothing but tracing all the networks, the responses, okay, and what are the locators we use, right? So including the performance, when it started, when it stopped, right, how much seconds it took, okay. So tracing everything, right, we can do it with the help of Playwright with Java, right, for a given functionality, right, when it started, when it stopped, right, how much time it took, right, what is the responses we got, right, what is the API calls, right, all these things can be captured right with the help of tracing viewer. Okay, let's write a simple code and we'll trace right whatever the application which you are doing. Okay, so now let me create a new file, JavaScript file, tracing.js. Okay, so I created a new file. Now let me copy this, locate this one. Okay, we are going to same automate the orange HRM. Okay, let me go and paste here the code. Okay, we are going to use the same code only. For example, right, we are going to import the chromium package right from the play, right, and right, let me delete it for a comfortability. Okay, so now we are going to import the chromium package from the playwright for launching the Chrome browser. Then we are using default async, inbuilt async, which is in the playwright for waiting all defaultly for all the actions which you are going to do and the task which you are going to do in the application. Then I'm just using the launch method to launch the Chromium browser. Okay, and with the headless state false, that is it's going to run in foreground and it's going to wait and it's going to store in a reference called as browser. Okay, so after creating the launching the Chromium browser, we can create a new context also. Context means a separate session, for the Chromium. Okay, so I'll give const, okay, context equal to await, okay, then browser dot new context will give the new context method to create a new context. Okay, from that new context we'll create a new page. So I'll change instead of browser to new context. So in the context we are going to create a new blank page, okay, an empty page. So this we are doing from the very first video, so it's almost like 22 videos now. Okay, so we did from the very first video. So I created a new, launched a new browser, Chromium browser. I created a new session or context right in the browser. In that context I created a new blank empty page. Then I launched the RHRM login with the go-to method. Okay, so the go-to method used to launch this application in the browser. Okay, now let's add the the tracing here. So before I'll for that I'll do await context. So this will be done in a separate session, right? Context tracing, okay. Dot start. So we need to start tracing, right, and we need to end the tracing also. Okay. So I'll give a curly bracket, and then I will add screenshots in the tracing. So I'll add screenshots true, okay, and then I'll add the snapshots also. Okay, snapshots all the response, right, the how much seconds it took, everything will be captured here. Okay, so now I'll give a semicolon. So it's going to start tracing before the browser is getting launched. Okay, it will start tracing all the networks, right, responses, the screenshots, the API calls, right, and it will, when it started, when it ended, right, how much seconds it took, so everything will be traced here. Okay, so now right, let me start the tracing here. Then I will do the basic functionality whatever I want. For example, await page dot fill. Okay, and now I will do the like basic thing, right, like for example, I entering username and right password. Okay, instead of, I'll go to the previous code and just copy this one. So I think, hope you're all following from the right very first video. This, in this three lines of code, I'm just entering the username and I'm entering the password. I'm clicking the login button. Okay, so I'm just entering username, password, and clicking the login button. Username is given here and password is given here. I just inspecting. First, I'm taking the CSS selector. CSS selector tag name is input and the name is username. Okay, so I'm writing the C selected tag name and the name attribute and the value of the text, right, the text box, right, that is admin, which is given here. Okay, so now, and also I'm entering right, the password I took an XPath instead of taking an CS selector. For that I use page dot locator XPath equal to, I took a relative based XPath input at attribute name equal to password, and I use fill method for entering the value. Okay, in the for clicking the login button I used class name. For that I use await page dot locator. If you inspect it, there will be multiple classes, so I, for segregate differentiating that, see there is a multiple classes, right, oxt button, there's a space, oxt button, hyphen medium, multiple classes. For differentiating them I gave a dot, right, in between the multiple classes. So for denoting it a class name, I started with a dot. So this basic functionality, that is username, entering username and password, I'm just entering here so that it can be traced. Okay, so we started tracing and we launched an application. We entered username and we entered password and we clicked login button. After that we need to stop tracing also. Okay, so for stop tracing, same, we'll use await. Okay, then we'll give page. Okay, sorry, 1 minute, let me take a screenshot also. Page screenshot. For that, let me take a screenshot. Okay, path. Okay, comma, full page, true. Okay, full page, true, right, add a curly bracket here. Okay, so now right, I'm taking a screenshot, await page screenshot. I'm just giving the path, right, of the project folder, and then I'm just giving what is the file name of the image name, what I want, rnhrm login .png, and I'm just telling take capture a full page and store it. Okay, so this line of code takes a screenshot, puts in the root directory of the project, and captures a full page screenshot, and it stores here the as an rnhrm login. Okay, it's taking a screenshot now. Now what we'll do is, right, we'll start tracing. Await. Okay, context. So we started with tracing, hope you remember, right? So we end with tracing. Tracing dot stop. Should not be comma, it should be dot. Okay, so we'll give stop. So there is a start and stop. So we started here the tracing, and at the end we are going to stop it. Okay, and we need all the traces, right? Right, the network trace, right? We need everything. So we want to store it in a path. Okay, the zip file it will be downloaded. That we need to store it in a path. Okay, for the trace dot zip. Okay, so I just write traced it and store it in a zip file under the project root folder. Okay, so await context dot tracing stop, it stores the trace zip under the project root folder and it will store here. Okay, so now let me save it. Okay, first I'll try to run the code. So it's launching the right browser, and it's launching the URL. It entered username and password, clicks launch button, and it's going to close now. Okay, we did only a simple test. Okay, and you can see, right, trace.zip, a file has been extracted and kept in our project root folder. Okay, now if you want to see the right trace zip, right, if you want to see what has been traced and right what is the result, right, for that there is one command called as npx playwright show hyphen trace dot zip. Okay, you can see, right, you can, for running the code you need to give node and the file name .js. For seeing the trace you need to give npx playwright show hyphen trace.zip. Then if you click enter, right, you can see, right, browser open and you can see all the traces, right, what right URL lost, and see, you can see the API call, right, what it called. Okay, what API call it called, and what locator we used, and what fill method we used, and what locator null we used, and timeout, and screenshot, right, when it started and how much time it took and how much time it waited. Okay, you can see the right, the consoles, right, and the locators whatever you use, the network, right, whatever right we use, right, all the API calls, and what is the status code, right, what is the content type used, when it started, and what is the size, and what is the duration you can get. And you can see the all the right images, right, you can see all the images, you can see, and before, for an action before what happened and after what happened. See, for launching, before launching URL, browser opened, and after it went to the dashboard. The action we wrote is, right, entered username, password, and click button. So before what happened and after what happened, it right, it takes the right screenshot of that also. Okay, so you can able to see all the networks, right, the responses, the status codes. Okay, so right, what locator used, right, and what is with the detailed screenshot, right, we can able to get, right. So this is what, right, we can do with the help of, right, tracing. Okay, when it started, how much time it took, what engine, chromium, and what platform, right, and right, how many pages we did. Okay, did we do mobile? No, we didn't do mobile, we did only web. Okay, so you can trace all those things with the help of right playwright with JavaScript. Okay, so hope this video is useful for you. Thanks for watching this video. Meet you soon in the next part of video. Have a nice day. Bye.